Hi guys, welcome back to the Gag Is Pod. I am your girl Charlie Shantae. Thank you for joining me on another episode. And you know what I always say, if you're listening to this, then it's a new episode, then it must be a Friday. But nonetheless, whatever day you listening to this is perfectly fine. Oh my gosh, if you have not already, before we jump into this, please make sure you are following us. Please make sure you are following us wherever you listen to your podcast at. That way, when a new episode comes out, you'll be one of the first to get it. It'll be already there. These episodes release at 5 a.m. on Friday mornings. So it'll already be there when you scroll down on your little notifications that you missed overnight or whatever. They gonna be there. So all you gotta do is just play it when you on your way to work or you getting ready, what have you. Make sure you're following us on IG at the Gag Is Pod, YouTube as well. So happy Friday to you guys. Oh, almost forgot the most important part. Let's jump right into this. Go ahead and grab your snack, grab your drink, or whatever you do while you listen to this so we can go ahead and jump into this thing and get started. I don't know how long or how short this is going to be because like I tell y'all, and y'all probably get tired of hearing me say this, I always have my episodes planned out. Like I already have them listed out, whatever. But when sometimes things happen spur of the moment, and I'll be like, oh my God, that would make such a good episode. Like it would make such a good episode. And so today, that's what's gonna happen because I noticed something. It is summertime, kids are out of school, parents are working, and there's just a lot of free time going on. And, you know, a lot of kids are in summer camp or, age dependent. They're staying home or they may be working a summer job or babysitting their siblings or something like that. Um, and, manners manners matter. We only a few weeks um into the summer, and one thing that has struck me, and it's very, very irritating, is kids don't have manners. I mean, they don't have manners for other kids. They don't have manners for themselves. And they damn sure don't have manners for adults. Okay. And I just want to talk about manners, and this is not to come for anybody's parenting style or anything like that, or how you raise your kids. I don't judge people how they raise their kids. Everybody raise their kids differently, you know to each his own. Okay. But manners, and typically, when I was growing up, you would see kids who try to get mouthy or, try to talk back to adults or, be rude and not have manners for other people. And just like that, it would be nipped in the bud. The parent be like, you're not going to do this. Your child will get disciplined, get a whooping, whatever. But now I see like little kids, maybe 5, 6, and they are so disrespectful. They don't know how to say thank you. They don't know how to say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. They don't know how to be polite at all. And I want to know how how did we get here? How did we get to the point of manners? Like, for example, I went and grabbed something to eat earlier before I started recording for me and the fam. And I'll pull up. Typically, when you go to a place, they're like, thank you for choosing such and such. Go ahead and take a look at the menu. Let me know if there's anything you have questions about. Now, pull up to the place and it's like, can I help you? Do you know what you want? Huh? Excuse me? Like, no type of manners. And then you order, and then you drive around to the window and you pay your money. And you give me your money, and then you ask a question. Excuse me, do you mind if I get a packet of ketchup? Huh. Like what? Like where has the disconnect between manners and children? Like Do we not teach this as parents anymore? Like, do we not have standards for our kids anymore? Like, are you okay with the way your kids talk and the way you act? Then you could say, oh well, I told them that they shouldn't say that, or I taught them manners, and you know they don't act like that when they're in front of me. Well, is the expectation that they're only supposed to act like that when they're with you? Like, you don't feel no type of way that they act out when they're not with you? Because I've always been told growing up that I am a direct reflection of my parents. And if I don't have manners and different things like that, that's a reflection of my parents. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. I'm not saying that your kid got to be dressed right, dress or anything like that, but basic yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, we shouldn't have like little kids calling people B words, calling them slur words and other derogatory words, because we could say, well, they see that around them, they see it on social media. Are you not filtering what your child is engaging in? I just have so many questions. Um, so many questions. I mean, you know, kids don't say excuse me. And my biggest pet peeve is when kids treat other kids bad. I hate that. Like, I feel like as parents, we have to teach our kids that it's okay to be nice to other people. Bullying is not okay. Being mean to people is not okay. And you could say, oh, well, this new generation is soft. No, there's a fine line between, bullying and, just being downright disrespectful and, playful banter. Like back in the day, we used to talk about like, shut up, big head. And now they saying stuff that I'm not even gonna repeat on this podcast, even though I'm grown and could. I'm not gonna subject y'all to that. But they should not be saying things like that. And then when someone comes and tells you that your child is speaking like this, why are you getting offended? Why would you say my child say stuff like that? Why can you as a parent not say, oh wow, I didn't understand, I didn't know that, my child spoke like that. I have a conversation with them to let them know that that's not okay, that's not appropriate. And even when it comes to kids, adults, I've seen kids cuss out adults and tell them that they can't tell them what the f to do and different stuff like that. Why are we teaching? Well, I'm not gonna say we're teaching, because we're not teaching. uh, you know what, I don't know what you're teaching at home or not, so I can't even sit here and say that. When you see your child speaking like that to other adults, why is there not immediate correction? There should be immediate correction, because guess what, you can't go out into the world talking to people like that. You can't go on people's job talking like that. You can't go out in society and talk like that and think that it's okay. Like, there's not going to be repercussions for that. We should teach our kids that language and first impressions, because your kid could be like, I want to be a singer one day, but then, they go somewhere and, somebody bumps them and you be like, you need to watch where you're going. Oh, stupid ass, or something like that, not knowing that they just bumped into a music exec and that's their first impression of that person. Oh, wow. So I'm not going to want to deal with somebody who comes off as rude, disrespectful, and stuff like that. One thing I pride myself in is my kids have manners. Everywhere I go, I'm always told, even when Manchild was younger, I used to always get told how mannerable he was. And now I always get told how mannerable New Face is. Like, at his swim club, one of the dads was like, I really appreciate Lorenzo. He's very respectable young man, because I hear some of the way the other boys, converse and talk, to my child. And your son has never talked to her like that. And if anything, your child has encouraged her, and he's always respectful to her, and I think you do an amazing job as a parent. Like, I'm a single parent, and he's a direct reflection of me. So I don't want people to be like, oh, her son rude. I'm not teaching him that. I'm teaching him how to be a upstanding, outstanding young man, someone with morals, and he's opinionated, and he has his opinion. He has his right to have his opinion, but he's also respectable to children alike, people his age, and most importantly, adults. I've seen so many videos online where kids are trying to fight adults, kids are cussing at adults, but then the minute they have to suffer an adult consequence, can I call my mama? Can I call my mama? Please, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Can you let me go? They think that they can cry their way out of it. I just want parents to start taking accountability for the actions of their children. Okay, because if somebody come up to me and tell me New Face said anything out of pocket, it's finna be up. It's finna be some smoke in the city, because that is not right. It's not nice. It's not correct. It's not cool. First impressions are everything, and being nice and being polite to someone goes a long way. Because think about it, it's always not what you know, it's who you know. And so, kids alike, kids could be in something and be like, oh, well, I know this one kid, he's really, really cool. He has a positive attitude and, different stuff like that. I overheard some talking the other day, and they were like, such and such kid is good at sports, but, just because it's good at sports, I may not want said child on my team because said child is toxic for my team. And a lot of times we don't think about that. Our kids, we could say that they're product of their environment and they're only doing what they're seeing. That is true. So if that's the case, why can we not change the environment? Why can we not change what they see and how they see it? Because I see it all the time, and I hear stories all the time where little Johnny is the dopest soccer player, but little Johnny be cussing his parents out, little Johnny be hitting folks, but out there on the field, little Johnny is a star. But little Johnny not gonna get far because little Johnny attitude is messed up, and little Johnny ain't got no respect for nobody at all. We all got to have respect for somebody, and at some point we all get mad, and there's things that we want to say, and different stuff like that, but respect goes a long way. And I've had to I learned that on early on, that respect goes a long way, and I knew that when I became a parent that I was going to instill in my children that respect goes a long way. Respect can go further than what you know. I just want to encourage parents to the best of your ability, because y'all are gonna at me and y'all gonna come for me and y'all gonna be like, well, I can't do this because I work 6 jobs, and I don't want to hear the excuses, because my mama worked 2 jobs and still made sure I had manners. Me and my brothers had manners. There's no excuse, and it's the summertime, and it's the perfect time for parents to sit down with their children, have conversations with their children before the new school year starts about manners and respect. I hear so many stories from the school about how kids treat other kids, and then when said kid gets in trouble for it, the parents are in just disbelief. I used to work at a school. I know how it goes. And then when teachers start telling me about my kid, I know my kid. I wasn't in denial. They're like, Lorenzo talk a lot. He his mama child. But Lorenzo is respectable. So there was some correction involved. Parents, we just gotta ensure that we are teaching our kids manners and respect. I can't stand when I'm out in public and kids is, ugh, ugh, it just drives me crazy. Especially they be rude to me because I be wanting to tell them a thing or two, and sometimes I just be like, I be wanting like, I just want to be like, go get your mama, go get your auntie, go get somebody that's on the same level playing field with me, okay? Because you a child, stay in a child's place. Like that, stay in a child's place, okay? Because I wish I could be in a child's place, okay? But I'm not. I'm in an adult place and I got bills and it's real ghetto. But parents, guardians, others, role models, figures, it take a village, okay? It takes a village, and it takes a village to um, create positivity for kids. Okay. So even if you don't have kids, or you a auntie, you a uncle or something alike, let's help foster a positive relationship, you know, um with these youth, because manners is gonna get you far. Uh it's it's gonna get you far. So my ask is just sit down and have a conversation and explain to your children um, that manners and respect go a long way. Not saying you have to be like a kiss up or stuck up or be fake, but manners go a long way. Where were we at? We were somewhere one day, and New Face was like, "I'm sorry, sir, that I bumped you." He's like, "Please excuse me." And the man actually gave him some money because he said, "It's been so long since I've heard a kid with manners." And he's like, "Thank you." And I'm like, man, man, if I didn't instill in my children what I had what instilled in me, that's not, nope, not finna do it. So that's my take for that's what's on my heart this week. Teaching these kids manners. Because I want the babies to go far. I want them to go places in life. So, manners, manners, it is. Now, for this week's, well, I ain't gonna say it's you can't make this up. I'll say we'll call it, yeah, we can call it you can't make this up. New Face is teething, and he hates when I say that, but he's teething. Because bro, you 15, why are you still getting more teeth? My baby boy is getting his wisdom teeth, and now he has to go have his wisdom teeth pulled because they're impacting his up teeth. And I'm like, bro, you too big to be teething. And even though he's in pain, it ain't stopped him from talking. Like that boy's still going a mile a minute. I was like, oh yes, his teeth hurt. He's going, oh, he's gonna be quiet. No, I think he talk more now. And then he'd be like, "Can I get some medicine?" And I'm like, "Oh Lord, I hope this medicine make him go to sleep. Because if he go to sleep, he can't do all this talking." But the Tylenol don't do that. It just keep hyping him up, and he be in my face, just cheesing. I'm like, "I thought your teeth hurt. Like your teeth in here doing a shoulder lean against each other. Like, go sit down somewhere, bro." Oh my God. So that brings us to the end of the episode. Um, Before we get up out of here, um, we got to do our song lyric of the week, and I think last week or the week before that I forgot to do one, but my bad. So my song lyric of the week is going to be "Burning Blue" by Mariah the Scientist. Like this song has me in the inevitable chokehold. Like it's on repeat. Like she got bangers. This a new banger for her. So "Burning Blue" by Mariah the Scientist is my song lyric of the week. Again, if you have not already, please make sure you are liking these episodes. You are sharing these episodes. Make sure whatever platform that you listen to these on, you are following me on there as well. Please make sure you're leaving reviews too, so that other people can see that this is a legit podcast and we have fun over here. We talk parenting and we talk self-care. All right. Make sure you follow us on IG at the Gag Is Pod, and that is on YouTube as well. I have tons of videos to upload to YouTube, so I think that I'm gonna spend some time, just since I ain't doing nothing this weekend. I'm gonna spend some time working on those and getting those uploaded. And last but not least, if you're ever interested in doing a collaboration or being featured on the show or anything of that aspect, you just want to work and you want to holler at your girl, you want to work with your girl, please shoot me an email at thegagispod@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can make that happen. Until next week, I am your girl, Charlie Shantae. This is the Gag Is Podcast. Bye, guys.